Plunder the silver, plunder the gold. There is no end of the treasure or the wealth of all the precious things. Nahum 2:9. From an earthly perspective, all war boils down to this. One nation goes to war because it wants something, whether that's wealth, position, revenge, control, or something else. In antiquity, land and precious metals were the most reliable signs of deep wealth. The king with the power was the one with the wealth, because wealth meant control, influence, and prestige, just as they still do today. Yet consider this. Even in war, the verse has encouragement for believers. For the Jews of Nahum's time, it meant that God was disposed to their plight, that he would bring justice through plunder on their enemy, Assyria. When Israel left Pharaoh's Egypt by God's command, they plundered it. God made the hearts of the Egyptians open to giving their former slaves whatever they wanted. On departing from Egypt, the Israelites asked for and took millions in gold, silver, and treasure. It happened because God was disposed to, sympathetic to their plight. And consider, too, that the invader who would destroy Nineveh would seize its silver and gold. They'd remove one of the pillars on which the wealth of Nineveh resided, and in doing so, transfer that wealth. It meant that it would become unlikely, maybe even impossible, for Assyria to endanger Israel again. That would end centuries of threat. Granted, Israel didn't know whether or not the nation that would overthrow Nineveh would favor God's people, but knowing God was disposed to them meant they could trust in his protection and provision and keep them safe from previous threats. We can have these same assurances. I can't speak for you, but I don't want revenge. I'll be honest in saying I struggle with that. I struggle with wanting to see those who hurt me get hurt in return. I struggle with envy. But I pray about it a lot, and I turn over my feelings to God, which usually makes them subside. And I know inside that he's just and will, and he'll always do the right thing, no matter what it looks like. I know he's disposed to my plight as well, and he, just like he was the Israelites, that he will do what is right to bring his plan of justice onto those who hurt others. And I trust that his plan is anything better than I could think of. He'll deal with people with patience, mercy, forgiveness, and justice, things I can't give. I can know that God deals fairly with the world as we are, and what he does regarding my own situations will always be for the best. That's encouraging, especially during the time of war, because face it, every day of our lives, we are engaged in a spiritual war. Be encouraged by the fact that Jesus was engaged in that spiritual war too. He's still engaged in it, with you and with me, every moment of our lives.